you know, it's a discretionary thing. It's you know that you have at your, you know.
I can remember chaperoning a dance. This was back in the late 70s, and a kid was drinking, and the other chaperone and I knew what Cody had found a bottle of Jack Daniels. I think it was even crappier than Jack Daniels. Flushed it down the urinal and filled it up with water and put it back in his coat. And then, because we didn't want him to get into trouble. And then he came in and he started screaming and yelling at me, because when he went to take a swig, it was water. And then he went out in the parking lot, and the kids beat the crap out of him because he yelled at me. And that was it. You know, it didn't go through the administration, it didn't do... Now I'd be fired if I did something like that.
That's why we're here, to deal with stuff like that.
Ron, this waiver form, number one, it says, I admit the above charge to be reported by the Jamestown Police Department / School Department. Does the school department have direct referral through us, or would they would have a charge like?
It would be like a waiver type of thing.
Could they go directly to us, or they still have to go through the police department to come to us?
They would have to go, well, obviously, because the police department would have to do the coordinating of, you know.
I know it's really not a truancy charge.
Well, the only reason why they do that is because a lot of the kids they sent for truancy, they would get them services right away, so they would send them to the board, and the board would then...
Well, that's really my question, is could the school department go directly to us, or do they still have to go
No, they
to the
could.
police department first? So would you recommend they come? That would be the one issue that...
As long as they're going to sign the waiver and that they're going to waive the, you know, because if not, they would be sent to family court on a truancy petition. Because all the truancy officer has to do is just prepare a truancy petition.
To the school.
I don't think you're going to have too many, to be honest with you, I don't think you're going to have too many into
So
that.
the school would refer directly to the board, not go to the chief.
Oh, yeah, they could. They could. I mean, I don't know how, it's an internal, that's an internal thing.
It's something we need to work out.
You need to work out. So that's the first thing. So the first thing that's going to happen is the child's going to be arrested or be charged with something by the Jamestown Police. The second thing is then at that point, he'll be referred to the hearing board, at which time the parents will be brought in and just sign the waivers. If they refuse to sign the waivers, it's a no-brainer. We send them to family court. If they sign the waiver, they're heard, they comply with the agreement. At the end of the hearing, they sign off that they're going to complete these tasks as sanctions, and then if they don't, then you just vacate it and send it to family court.
Does the board get information about what case that is here, what the details are, in advance of that meeting?
Usually it's done at the meeting. So what would happen is the prosecution officer will prepare the case, read the facts of the case.
So we'd be determining the sanction right there?
No, after you speak to the kid, because you're going to get a lot of information when you speak to the kid.
Then we just...
You're going to see, I heard that somebody was told you guys are going to go see Newport. Newport's a really, really good board. They're a really, really good board. I'm trying to think now because I see so many different boards. But some boards, what they do is they have the parent and the kid together. Other ones do the child and the kid separate.
Whatever
that's something that
has the parents sit behind, the good
yeah.
we have.
And then sometimes you speak to, have the kid go wait outside and speak to the parent and say, what's really, really going on? You get a lot from the parents as to what's going on. What can we do for you today? Is there something that we can help you with? Oh yeah, Johnny, this is what I think is going on. And you're going to find out a lot more than what they're here for.
So then after the parents and the child...
And you sit,
speak
you
to the
caucus.
board, then they
leave, you caucus, you say, okay, what do you think? And somebody might say, I got an idea, and then you go back and forth, and then come up with your sanctions, and then that'll be the sanctions.
The whole thing happens in one evening, then beginning day.
Yeah.
It's a 30,
Oh, yeah.
you don't... 30-minute hearing.
You don't want to, yeah,
The whole thing
and
is
that's even kind of pushing it. Because you want to hear, you don't want to be here all night either. If you want to hear, 4 or 5 cases, you don't want to. You could probably do it in 20, 25 minutes.
What happens sometimes at the college is that a student will be in trouble with the administration, and they'll come before the judicial board. They'll want to be bringing witnesses and character.
No, because what's happening is you're not determining guilt or innocence because they've already waived that.
I've already decided.
They've already decided you've got me. It's almost like pleading no. You've got me, I'm not gonna fight it, I'm not going to family court to fight it, I'm gonna come here, and I'm gonna submit myself to you, and what you do is ask the pertinent questions that need to be asked, you come up with the appropriate sanctions, and that's it. They do what they need to do, and hopefully that it's, like you said, restorative justice. It restores them to where they were in the community prior to when they offended.
Okay.
So it's not a question of, you're not determining guilt or innocence. That's not even a question. The question is here's what's going on, here's what we see, here's what we're going to do, and that's it.
Okay.
Ron, do you find that from the police perspective that they would have an individual officer that handles that every time, or
Usually it's a prosecution officer who does it. I know most of that comes in.
Do any of the communities not have an officer there?
I can't think of one that doesn't.
Bill,
I know
who's the
they
prosecution officer?
Derek Carlino?
Chief Tyler isn't sure we
Yeah,
felt
because,
we needed an officer, but if we had the
Well,
information.
yeah.
So
The problem is
Derek.
that I think we might be concerned about maybe overtime issues. Usually a police department, he can lend a lot of information as to, how the case unfolded, and were they cooperative, how were the parents, were they cooperative?
See, the board is gonna have, they're gonna have questions for the police, as well as having questions.
Well, the report, I think, kind of stands on its, on its own, like I said, because they're
With
waiving.
that supply.
Because like I said, they're waiving.
Right.
They're waiving, but I can't, I think every board I've ever gone to, I think, has had some type of person there who knows the kids and knows the prosecution.
It seemed to make sense that
Yeah.
that would be the case.
I'm probably gonna say.
And it's usually good too, because they work really kind of hand in hand with the board, the prosecution officer as the liaison between the police and the board.
So that would kind of make sense that same prosecution officer would be the follow-up person and would be close to
He'd
the
be the
thing
one that
out.
brings them to Newport Courthouse and if they ever reoffend or if they don't follow through.
Makes sense.
We can go through these, and we'll have probably a couple of other questions.
Does anybody have any questions or anything, or any issues that, I know you had a list of questions. Yeah, I know I did. But, you know what, I was so.
You didn't bring it?
I didn't bring it. I did not bring it. I know you did. I was like, well, we can answer that one. We got the answers for this.
Well, I mean, you want to just go through the forms first? And
Yeah, if you want. I think.
Referral sheet on that.
That's just one of the forms that they use. That's
That
just.
sort of gives, but that gives you the, date of referral. So that's your own sort of, so you know what the case, and the case.
And the way they do it in Johnson Smithfield is that they assign the kids a number so that there's names on all over everything. They get a number, whatever the number is.
Oh, right. The case number wouldn't just be the one that would
Well,
follow.
Well, you could do that.
You have one case with 5 kids.
Right, because that's a police department case.
Right, you know the number,
Yeah.
yeah. Could be one arrest number for.
That's
It
it.
could be their arrest number, it could be just,
That's
the
what- yeah.
first kid that you see is number 1, just killed on the line, number 2. It's just.
We got the 900 something, we're in trouble.
Oh my God.
I tell you, some boards are really, they use their boards and Coventry, they do a lot. I live in Coventry and I tease the officer, if I had known how many kids got in trouble in Coventry, I never would have bought a house there. But it's a joke, because they're so good at it and they run it so efficiently in what they do. They hear a lot of their cases, and of not that many, only the worst cases that they have actually get to family court. And that's a really good testament to, they're a good board. Newport's the same way. Newport does a great job. This Johnston, Smithfield, they do, Foster, Gloucester, and Situate.
3 times.
They do like 3 or 4 different towns, and now North Providence is coming on board with one. It's all part of their catchment area. Morrill, they're all good boards. They're all very different though. Some of them, they do things differently. They make it their own. It's a kind of a work in progress. There's going to be things that you start out doing that you're going to see that don't work.